Hi guys, so we have the pleasure of receiving a real MVP from OutSystems here. So he's gonna introduce himself.
My name is Rafael Pereira, but also known as Rafa OutSystems. I'm Brazilian. I've been working with the OutSystems platform for the last 19 years, and I hope that this interview can provide you some highlights, some ideas, some inspiration to keep doing great things with the OutSystems platform.
So welcome, Rafa. So first question: with the amazing Agent Workbench now being broadly available, what do you see yourself using it? The most like first use case that comes to mind that you have a problem that needs to be solved, and you're gonna use a custom AI agent to solve it.
Actually, I already built at least 10 agents because I've joined the EAP Early Access Program for the Workbench. So I have a little bit of experience with that. We already built, um, um, for instance, an odometer reading agent that reads the odometer from a panel from a car dashboard to match from that data with a manual user input. We did that in few hours. The first version of the agent using Workbench was 67% accurate. Then we evolved, based on the results, we evolved the prompt, the agent prompt. Then we reached 97% of accuracy. And the 3% remaining, we just found out that either was blurred image or wrong user inputs. So in almost a day, it was possible to start from zero to build an agent, run it over 300 images, and adapt on the same day. So the potential is almost infinity. I already built more than 10 agents, and as a curiosity, I built 3 agents during the flight from Brazil to Portugal. I built 3 agents and submitted to the OutSystems Forge. So those were my best spent 30 euros that I spent on internet on flight. So it's definitely easy to do, very intuitive, and now this is on OutSystems DNA. In the past, we had to use the agent builder and so on. It was a great initiative, but now we have this melted. We have this new feature blended with OutSystems. Regarding the next one, I don't know. My mind is blowing about the possibilities. So you have infinity possibilities. Think on agents like you have a super API that you can send almost anything and that returns almost anything. So it's a super API that you can use to solve a lot of real business problems.
Well, amazing. That's definitely a good take, and it really shows how easy it is to build these agents and to have them running with a high accuracy and good response to solve real problems that people have. So great to hear that. Um, as another more technical question, we have Mentor, so our Gen AI side of things. Besides initial code gen, how do you feel that um, a Gen AI tool like Mentor helps saves the time the most in the general SDLC?
Especially mentor is evolving very fast. So especially when we are starting from, like they say, from the blank state, from the blank page, from the blank Canva, it is great to have mentor on your side because even with all the speed that OutSystems brings to the table, now with mentor you can really create in minutes something that an experienced developer, an OutSystems developer, could take, I don't know, a few days to do. So we are really increasing the velocity, the speed to deliver things. First thing for Mentor, it is great now to create your MVP, it's your minimal viable product. Definitely they will evolve that to cover more complex scenarios, okay? But it is definitely a great start to build your first apps and to maybe validate with businesses instead of spending, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, which would be considering when comparing with high code also fast, but now you can do it in minutes. So we are really moving from 10x speed to 100x speed now. So Mentor is definitely an important tool for really increasing the speed of validating or experimenting or building, bringing ideas to life.
Amazing. That's a great take on how Mentor can like improve quality of life for developers and accelerate development as a whole, not just with the initial code gen like we were talking. So if you could run out of this conference, and you can, um, what would be like the what would be the tech that you're eager? I know you're in the EAP, but um, what would be the tech you'd be most eager to try out? Would it be the unified platform? Would it be Mentor? Would it be Agent Workbench? What?
I'm very excited with the workbench, but I think the important part, which represents a shift, an important moment for the history of OutSystems, from my perspective, from my 19 years of experience, definitely it is the coexistence of OutSystems O11 and ODC. So these will bring a lot of value for the actual customers that we have, and I'm very curious to see how these things will work, how everything will be integrated. I trust on OutSystems to do, as they always do, an amazing job on that. So I'm curious to see that, but the thing that is killing my sleeping time, it is the workbench. The opportunity for this is huge. We have something here that is a shift in terms of market, and from my perspective, only 1% of the people on our ecosystem are aware of what we have ahead. So this is a great opportunity to stand out, to shine on the OutSystems market. So I'm really excited to build more workbench agents and to cover also more scenarios, to experiment. They have a lot of, I know that they have a lot of other features, other scenarios, other LLMs that they will cover. So the thing that I'll probably put more effort in the next weeks would be workbench. But I'm curious to see, because of the impact for our customers, I'm curious to see the coexistent, the unified platform, O11 and ODC.
Yeah, amazing. I think both technologies are really innovative. The unification, it's definitely the smarter play when it comes to client side. Clients do require, like we had a lot of clients that were already heavily invested in O11 platform, and they didn't want to shift to ODC. They didn't need to shift. So this allows them to keep growing, access ODC technology, access Workbench, without the need for an expensive migration. So I think that's truly great. So more philosophical question now. 5 years down the road, how do you see all of this innovation affecting companies, affecting their structure, messing with their team sizes, or even affecting their value proposition to the market?
It's hard to predict what will happen, because probably 10 years ago, I would think that with low code, the teams, the teams will downsize and so on. But the reality is, with the platform like OutSystems, the demand versus the number of developers, these never reach a balance. So I believe the advancements of AI, of OutSystems, will will incentivize, no, the the advancements of AI and also for OutSystems will probably bring more ideas, will allow companies to implement things that they would not consider to implement, that they have actually on spreadsheets, okay, even for big companies. From my perspective, I don't see this drastic decrease of the number of developers because the demand for new software will also grow on the same pace. But this is my perspective. Okay, this is my perspective. When I look back 10 years ago, probably someone would look to OutSystems and say, hey, this will cut the teams for on a half and so on. And definitely something like that happened. But I think now we are on a more accelerated world, and this curve, this chart, these lines, they are not. I think at some point they will cross again, and they will rebalance again. So everything is happening very fast, but OutSystems is way, way, way ahead in terms of competitors because I don't see any of our competitors with something that robust as OutSystems is offering to the market.
Okay, thanks for that insights. And it's really hard to predict actually because 5 years in tech time, that's a long time. But it's a provocative question, really. So just to finish our interview, if you could highlight a non-technical moment, like a conversation or a connection or realization that you had in in the conference, what would it be?
Definitely to really see some friends, old friends from the community, the from product that I don't know. I just saw last time for 4 years ago or 5 years ago. So definitely the human connections that we have here, and besides that, of course, all the amazing things that happen in one morning. The event had finished on yesterday morning. It would be an amazing event only with that first morning. So the connections definitely, and also the number of the things that OutSystems brought to the table in terms of value for market, partners, customers, and developers. So the first time in 19 years that I see something that huge and that impactful for our ecosystem. The present is awesome and the future is brighter. So I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Rafael, for this interview and for your time. It was an amazing interview. Thanks, you guys, for seeing this interview also. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye bye.